Number 14, Megan Heiser. She's a senior, 5'5". Wearing number 22, junior, 5'7", Riley Berger. And number 24, freshman, 5'11", Lexi Rubel. And for your home, Saxony Lutheran Crusaders. Wearing number 12, senior, 5'10", Bree Jenkins. Junior at 5'4", wearing number 15, Michaela Mueller. Wearing number 21, senior, 5'8", Macy Smith. Wearing number 24, senior at 5'9", Cass Wunderlich. And junior, 5'7", number 41, Emma Bruni. Tonight's officials for this game, Sammy Lawson, Scott Little, and Tess Marshall.
And welcome back to the 4-5 matchup here in first round action of the 2018 Girls SEMO Conference Tournament. I'm Chris Hotchkiss alongside my partner, Mr. Jeff Limbaugh, and should have a good one here, folks, for you. Saxony Notre Dame, the 4-5 matchup. If you're just joining us, in earlier action, the number 1 seed, Dexter, took out Kennett by a score of 72-15. So Dexter will move on to semifinal action at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, and they will play the winner of this game right here. Should be a good one, Notre Dame and Saxony.
Yeah, both these teams match up well, Chris, know each other well. I'm sure they've played on summer teams, and I look for probably the best game of the night here.
Wing 3 off the mark. And Notre Dame looks to push. Couldn't get that to go, but offensive board, the bucket, and the foul. As Riley Berger starts the scoring off for Notre Dame.
Second chance opportunity. Berger on that weak side. Got the miss and got the roll on the offensive end.
And knocks down the free throw.
Notre Dame new leadership. Kirk Beller, the new coach at Notre Dame, Chris. Longtime coach Renee Peters. She's here, but no longer coaching. Kirk Beller, a former Notre Dame standout.
And a foul on the other end, so a couple of quick fouls, excuse me, to start this game. Notre Dame 13-14 last year. They lost in the championship of the district finals to Dexter, 64-44.
Saxony, a new member of the SEMO Conference. I wish the boys team would jump in and play. Girls under Sam Size, a veteran coach. Sam's been there a long time. He's had a lot of good teams come away.
No doubt about it.
At Saxony Lutheran. Good to see them expand their schedule and start playing some of the bigger schools.
Coach Sides 1-0 on the season as Saxony has a win early in the season over Sykeston, who's the number 6 seed in this tournament. Coach Sides was 25-5 last year, as they'll get a turnover right there, and Saxony will get it back. Again, they were 25-5 last year, was Saxony. They won their district handily, but then won against New Madrid in the sectional game, but then lost to Whitfield in the quarterfinals.
Lazy pass right there, picked off by Williams for the easy bucket. Nice pump fake to get open.
Minute and a half into this game, and Notre Dame leads it 5-0. Good early test here for both of these teams. First round action of the SEMO Conference Tournament. Second game of 4 tonight.
We talked about that matchup zone that Dexter played in the first game, Chris. Well, you're looking at on the Notre Dame side as well. And the guy that taught it all was Paul Hale, and that was Beller's coach at Notre Dame. So I'm sure he's very comfortable playing this matchup.
Emily Kellum picked up the foul, her second. Something I have to watch as they got her out of the game. And a turnover on the travel. So sloppy play early here for the Lady Crusaders. Notre Dame leads at 5-0. Game started a couple of minutes early if you're just now joining us. Good ball movement by the Lady Bulldog. Wide open three, up and good. First three of the game by Megan Heiser.
Nice penetration, got spotted up shooter. Heiser on that far end and a good pass hitter. Pretty easy look.
Heiser, a 5'5" senior for Coach Bowler. It'll stay with Saxony. They trail 8-0.
Staters need a bucket right here.
He won in a bad way. Thought about a three. Now she'll pull up from the free throw line. Got it to go. Macy Smith with the first points for Saxony.
4-year starter for Sam Sides. I remember her as a freshman and played considerable minutes as a freshman as well.
And a steal. Knocked away from behind as Mueller was going in for the layup, but good defense by Notre Dame. Stay with the Lady Crusaders. They trail 8-2 early first quarter action. Here to stay with Saxony, and Coach Sides wants to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. 5:27 less first quarter action. Notre Dame 8, Saxony 2. Saxony basketball after the timeout. They trail here early, 8-2.
Both sides used the timeout. Thought they were very stagnant on the offensive end, and I concur.
17-foot jumper up and good for Cass Wunderlich. Wunderlich, a 5'9" senior. Too easy on the other end.
Yeah, got behind full court pressure. You're the last guy back. You can't let anybody slip from behind, and Berger was there for the easy look. He's got 5 of the first 10 for Notre Dame.
I remember right, Berger, multiple as a bucket on the far end by Macy Smith. Berger has won multiple state titles in track and field for Notre Dame. Very good track athlete.
Yeah, Berger, a big name in Notre Dame sport. Boys and girls.
Berger with her back to the bucket. What a good steal there by Bruni. Left 10 layup off the mark. Notre Dame wants to push. Couldn't get it to go. Saxony crowd asking for a foul.
Oh, had her cut. Missed her on the cut.
Nice little dump-off pass and an easy bucket for Bree Jenkins. That's Jenkins' first bucket of the game.
Actually, he's cut it down to 2.
Been an 8-2 run here by the Lady Crusaders. A good timeout by Coach Sides. And we're going to get a foul against Saxony.
Yeah, Macy Smith tried to get it. Had the right idea, Chris. Knew that driving the baseline, she was going to be looking for help, and Macy was about a half a second behind.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, about a half a second late.
Got the foul instead of the steal. Both these teams, the pace has picked up compared to our first game.
Doubt about that. It was all Dexter in that first matchup. They won 72-15. Good defense here.
Yeah, Saxony get down playing some defense. Good job.
Berger cut off baseline, but we're going to get a block on Notre Dame.
Yeah, should have got over, got one more step, cut that baseline off. Couldn't do it and got the block instead. His family. Bruni about halfway through this quarter, the leading scorer for Saxony Lutheran with no point. They only trail by 2. Good sign for the Crusaders. Good block.
Yeah, good defense right there by Sydney Turner.
Now attack.
Thought about a corner 3, and we're going to get a travel.
Took a little hop. Good call.
Still 10-8. Notre Dame lead. 2:33 left. First quarter action. Glad you're with us here.
The winner gets Dexter tomorrow night.
7 o'clock, that game scheduled for 3 ball off the mark. Crusaders clear. Runner in the lane, couldn't go.
Job Saxony getting back.
Inside 2 minutes now.
Good crowd on hand from Saxony.
There
Made
is.
the trip down 55. Saxony outside of Jackson.
They've been in this game too, has a crowd, and we're going to get a tie-up. Going to be Notre Dame basketball. Going to stay right here on the alternating possession.
Or if we can get their boys to join the SEMO conference.
You're lobbying for it.
Be 10 teams if boys side.
I'm in. Coach Williams for the boys team. Three ball left short, and it's going to go out of bounds. And
Just
it'll be
once again, another great defensive effort by Saxony. I thought Notre Dame just settled for that 3 after trying to work it around. Notre Dame just decided to take the first easy look. They could have got a better shot than that. Good luck.
baseline jumper.
There's Bruni.
Up and good. Bruni's first points, the junior, for the Lady Crusaders.
4 different Crusaders now in the scoring column.
Good
Stepped
job
out
by,
of bounds.
Yeah,
Oh, my.
it was a good job by B-Sync keeping it in. Coach Sides thought she was out.
He was. Missed out.
Inside a minute, 3 ball, good.
And it cost him a 3.
Julia Williams, the senior guard, her second bucket, first 3 and a turnover, gives it right back to Notre Dame. So after Saxony tied it 10 up, Notre Dame with the 3, then they get the turnover and have a chance in the last 30 seconds to extend this lead. That 3 way off the mark, too hard. And lost it, a little out of control there.
Trying nothing there, kind of push it back. Saxony wanting to run. Notre Dame got back on defense.
Notre Dame probably going to get the last shot here. Three ball, too hard, doesn't fall. And at the end of the first quarter, Notre Dame leads at 13-10.
Good first quarter, partner.
Sure
13-10, Notre Dame leads it.
Just reminding you, if you can't make a game, we hope you do show up out here to support the girls. But if you cannot, we will be broadcasting each and every game of this tournament, all 12 games right here on our Saxon High School YouTube channel.
Had a great look, just couldn't finish. Jenkins on that end.
And Notre Dame going to turn it right back over. They lead it 13-10.
I guess it's Saxony's second look here on the court. They played Saxon, you said earlier, here at Fieldhouse.
No, that was a road game.
That was at Saxony?
Yeah, Saxon traveled up to Saxony. The Crusaders did get that W.
Should have skipped it when she first had him in the corner.
And Saxony gets it right back. Penetration, but it's knocked out of bounds from behind by Williams. I'd like to thank Pizza Inn and Buffalo Wild Wings, a couple of our gold sponsors, along with Coton's and First Midwest Bank. Montgomery Bank, JD Steakhouse, also gold sponsors. Wayman at JD Steakhouse did a good job taking care of us tonight in the hospitality area.
Only thing wrong with Wayman is he's an Auburn fan.
Says the Alabama Crimson Tide fan. Baseline jumper up and good for Riley Berger.
Cut through after making a pass. Hit a tough shot. Had a hand in her face. Hit the bucket nonetheless.
And a steal by the Lady Bulldogs. And another bucket as Heiser got it to go down. And this Notre Dame lead has ballooned out to 17-10. They led 8-0 early in the game. And a foul on the far end from us, and we're going to have a couple of more free throws coming up.
Broke down the defense, and once the help side came over, made the good look inside to Mitchell. Fouled before the shot.
First free throw, too hard off back iron. And missed them both. The score is stay. Notre Dame 17, Saxony 10. 2 minutes gone here in this second quarter. And a couple of more free throws coming up on the near end.
Heiser with a good move off that left side. No help defense there, Chris. Found that opening. And by the time the defense got there, it was too late.
A few more people here for this 5:30 tilt.
Both these teams are normally pretty good free throw shooting teams. For girls, especially.
And Heiser knocked both of them down. Biggest lead of the game for Notre Dame now. They lead it 19-10. It was an 8-0 run to start the game by Notre Dame, and Coach Sam Side took a quick timeout.
6-0 run here, start this quarter. Chris.
Right. Nice cut down low, and a good finish at the bucket.
What a great athletic move, Bruni, that time. With the stop and go, looked like he was stopped, but had enough to take that one extra step and kind of pushed it up and in.
Bucket by Bruni will stop the 6-0 run that Notre Dame was in the middle of.
Oh, nice pick and roll. Once again, I thought it could have been earlier, but a nice job by Kellum playing with those 2 fouls early. Didn't get it, but picked up a foul instead. Notre Dame's ball on the side.
That was second on Mueller. 15 foul against Saxony. 3 ball, too hard off the back iron, long rebound. Notre Dame gets it, couldn't finish. Ball on the floor. And we're going to get a tie-up.
A lot of contact underneath. I thought Kellum could have picked up her 3rd foul
Yeah,
easy.
I thought so too. Going to be Notre Dame basketball in the alternating possession. Corner 3, too hard. Good weak side rebound there by the Lady Crusaders. And Mueller. Count the bucket. And the foul was Bree Jenkins will try to complete the 3-point play.
That's 3rd on Kellum, her 3rd foul, so she'll have to take a seat there. As Jenkins running that baseline, Chris has been open a lot, and they're looking for a little high-low action for Saxony Lutheran.
And she does complete the 3-point play. So after a 6-0 run to start this second quarter, Saxony in the middle of a little mini 5-0 run. Three ball off the mark.
I think Saxony will let them take that shot as long as you get one shot and out. It's a nice rebound.
Good defense there by Notre Dame. Just couldn't.
Good job, Jenkins, keeping it alive.
Right.
Wow.
Runner in the lane. Good for Bruni. She's got 6 points now to lead the way.
She can light it up. She's a 3-year starter.
Crusaders got it within 2 now. Notre Dame leads it 19-17. 3.5 left in this first half. Game number 2 of 4 here tonight. And we're going to get a block on Macy Smith. That's the 3rd on Smith. So she's going to have to take a seat probably for the rest of this half.
Definitely for the rest of this half. And that hurt Saxony Lutheran. Their second leading scorer, Macy Smith, sat down. And Kellum sitting down on the other end for Notre Dame.
Good defense right there by Bree Jenkins. She could not corral the rebound, so it'll stay right here underneath us for Notre Dame. And a little shuffle of the feet, they said, by Rubel, so turnover. We'll give it back to Saxony. 3 ball, too hard. Long rebound. And we're going to get a tie up. And that's going to be Lady Crusader ball.
Once again, Jenkins on the floor, all around the loose ball, kept that alive for Saxony Lutheran. Crusaders have yet to lead.
3 here, they could take their first lead. Foul in high post. I believe they're going to get Rubel on that. That's going to get Jennifer Lee back into the game for Notre Dame. Baseline jumper up and good. Sydney Turner.
Tied at 19. Good one here.
That's Turner's first bucket of the game.
4-5 matchup, living up to the billing.
19 all. It was all Dexter in the opener of the tournament. They took down Kennett 72-15. And that was short-lived as Julia Williams, the senior.
Her second 3 of the game, Chris. Looked good shooting that. 5'4" senior.
Saxony trying to tie it up, but an air ball on the 3. They'll reset now. Under 2 minutes left.
Jenkins was posted up earlier, didn't get the ball that time. They got it to her, but too late. He was open way before that. Got a sub at the table. They won't let her in.
They said she got there too late. Not going to let her in. Notre Dame with the ball and a 3-point lead. And we get a reach in on Wunderlich, the senior.
Bonus situation now for Notre Dame from the free throw line with 1:36 left and a 3-point Bulldog lead.
Got the first one to go, did Williams. She'll get a second. And got both of them.
Notre Dame a perfect 5 for 5 from the charity stripe.
And that's their lead. It's 5 right now. 24-19, a $1:30 left.
Good pass.
Baseline jumper, got it.
Little one-handed wraparound pass from Wunderlich.
Mueller, who got that to go down. Long range 3. Airballed it, but saved. Ball on the floor now. And we're going to get another tie up, and it'll stay right here with Notre Dame.
Tie-ups and girls basketball go hand in hand.
Lindsey Bowens checks in for Notre Dame. Corner 3, nothing but the bottom of the net for Williams. Her third 3 of this first half.
8 in the quarter for Williams. She's the first player in double digits.
Lead back up to 6 now. Floater off the mark, too hard. And we're going to get a blocking foul. Sydney Turner just a little late getting over, trying to take a charge there, but it's going to go against her. That's the first. 8-team foul against Saxony, so still a 1-and-1 here for Julia Williams. Williams knocked down.
And that's some good form right there, Chris. That follow through, off finishing, off the toes. That's how you shoot a free throw, partner.
She's a perfect 3 for 3 from the line. And they're going to wave that one off as it had a lane violation. So
Jennifer Lee stepped in right before the shot. Cost them a point. We'll see if that factors into the game.
28-21 inside a minute. Saxony trying to cut into this lead before the half. Couldn't get the bucket. Good Wunderlich, but she was fouled, and he'll have 2 free throws coming up. Got the first one to go. She'll get a second. Couldn't get that second. And a rebound for Lee. Inside 30 seconds now. And she dribbles it right out of bounds to Williams and turn it over to Saxony.
You know, Williams gets the turnover, but not much movement for her to pass the ball. She got caught in the side corner, then came on the baseline and got trapped, but not much movement, cost the turnover.
Olivia Spanley with the bucket on the other end, cut it down to 4 inside 10 seconds. Can Notre Dame get a good shot here before the half? Half court shot not going to be there as they got it off too late. And that will bring us to the end of the first half. Notre Dame 28, Saxony 24. We'll step aside for a break during halftime. We'll come back with second half action. You're watching the 2018 SEMO Conference Girls Tournament on SPS TV.
Welcome back here at halftime, where the Notre Dame Bulldogs lead the Saxony Lutheran Crusaders here at the half, 28-24. Let's quickly run down the scoring. First for Saxony Lutheran, they had 7 people in the scoring column, only 3 in the scoring column for Notre Dame, but Notre Dame with the lead. Spread out scoring, Bruni led the way with 6, 5 for Jenkins, 4 for Smith before she picked up her third foul, 3 for Wunderlich, and 2 points each for Spanley, Mueller, and Turner for the Crusader total of 24. Saxony Lutheran was 2 for 5 from the free throw line here in the first half. For Notre Dame, we said only 3 players in the scoring column. Julia Williams leads the way with 14 first half points. Riley Berger was 7, and Megan Heiser was 7. And that's the Notre Dame total, as the Bulldogs were 6 for 6 from the free throw line. At the end of one, Notre Dame led 13-10, outscored Saxony Lutheran 15-14 in that second quarter to enjoy the 4-point lead as the third quarter gets set to start here from the fabulous Sykeston Fieldhouse, the home of this year's SEMO Conference Girls Basketball Tournament.
Winner of this game will move on to semifinal action tomorrow night at 7 o'clock to take on the top seed from Dexter, the Lady Bearcats. Jackson, the number 2 seed in Cape Central, in the field house. They came in a little bit ago. They will set up for a 2-7 matchup in the third game here tonight. And then the nightcap will be the number 3 seed Poplar Bluff against the 6 seed, your host from Psych. Corner 3. Too long, but offensive rebound by Notre Dame. Get it down to Berger, left that one short, but she got it to go the second time.
Should have banked it home the first time, but luckily got the rebound and the putback for her 9th point of the game.
He comes down. She was laughing. I think she was a little aggravated at herself for that missing that first one, but she stayed right with it and got it to go the second time. Foul on the floor before the shot.
Coach Sides likes that pass and cut. I like it as well, especially in the girls' action. People fall asleep and after you make the pass, and that's how Saxony drew the foul right then.
Banley checked in for Saxony. 3 ball off the mark by Wunderlich. And they're going to say Banley stepped out of bounds. It'll be Notre Dame basketball on the turnover.
Little token man-to-man full court pressure for the Crusaders. Good floor spacing by Notre Dame. See how they balance the floor and try to break you down on the dribble penetration?
Berger got the bucket and the foul. 4 straight points to start this third quarter for Riley Berger. The 5'7" junior. Left that free throw short.
Bruni's got to get active offensively, I believe, for Saxony Lutheran to get this comeback.
Good pass and wide open 3, but couldn't get it to go. There's Bruni.
And she's a little more aggressive here to start this quarter.
You talked about it. She was in there battling for that rebound. Just couldn't get the bucket, but she'll get 2 free throws coming up. First free throw, too hard.
2 for 6 for a very good shooting free throw squad normally. Saxony Lutheran, they are tonight here at the free throw line.
3 for 7 as a team as she got the
she
second
don't
one
hold
go.
it very long, gets it and shoots it.
Yeah. Notre Dame with the 7-point lead and the basketball. We played about a minute here in this third quarter. And we're going to get a tie-up on the far end. Good hustle down there
Tell you, these girls in the SEMO conference, they don't care about getting on the floor, getting those floor scrapes. See a lot of the girls jump on that loose ball, those 50-50 balls that win a lot of games.
Come out, support the girls this week. First round action tonight, semifinal action tomorrow night, then it'll be championship night on Thursday. All 3 nights here at the field house. That's knocked away into the stay with Notre Dame. If you can't make it out here, though, in person, you can watch right here on Saxon's Public School TV channel on YouTube. We'll be bringing you each and every game. Missouri Delta Medical Center, SEMO Health Network, Saxon Career and Technology Center, a couple of the sponsors that make this broadcast possible. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors that make this possible.
Move. By Rubel took the high screen out high by Kellum and hard with the left hand. Drew the foul.
Rubel's going to get 2 free throws. Rubel, only a freshman for Notre Dame. That's going to be the 3rd foul against Mueller, the junior. Coach
Trying
Sam
to become
Sides.
the 4th Notre Dame Bulldog to score.
And she does, as she got the first free throw to go. She'll get a second. Jackson Cape on deck. That's a rivalry game. And then Bluff Sykeston in the nightcap to finish out the 4 games here tonight. If you're just joining us, Dexter won easy against Kennett in the first round. Ball on the floor. Notre Dame's going to come away with it. Wait for traffic to clear. And they lost track of Berger down on the baseline.
Just an absolute breakdown to make that too easy, and Saxony can't afford those easy shots. It's a 10-point lead, which might be the biggest of the game for Notre Dame.
It is the biggest. Notre Dame had led by 8. But as Jeff said, this 10-point lead is the biggest.
I guess Charleston, a member of the boys, is not a member of the girls' SEMO conference, and Saxony Lutheran the other way.
And Notre Dame. Notre Dame's playing right here as we get an easy bucket by Jenkins. Charleston girls are not in the SEMO conference, and New Madrid girls are not in the SEMO conference. And then Saxony is, so that's the 2 out and 1 in. That's the difference between the girls and the boys. Not sure why.
Yeah,
Charleston and New Madrid are not in here, but
I can see more Charleston than I can New Madrid. Good steal by Jenkins, though. I like the way she plays for Saxony. Plays hard.
Free throw line jumper, good. And a little 4-0 run. Got it down to 6 to the Lady Crusaders midway here in this 3rd quarter.
Madrid's got a new coach, Toby Heeb, down at New Madrid, brother of state champion David Heeb, who's now the girls' coach at Delta. Go figure.
Left-hand layup, good by Rubel. Rubel, 5'11" freshman, coming off the bench, doing a good job here for Coach Bowler. Foul on Williams. That's her first. 4th team foul. These are good early season tournament tests for these teams. As a jumper by Jenkins is good, the senior.
4 1/4, 9 in the game for Jenkins. Good job driving that baseline. You can't give the team the baseline because it opens up a lot of looks. Jenkins just rolled to the bucket and had an easy look after the good pass.
Girls tournament here this week. The boys tournament slated for action next week here at the field house. Berger couldn't get that one to go. Loose ball is going to go out of bounds, and they say it'll go back to Saxony.
So the next couple of weeks, Sykes will be the hotbed of basketball in the area.
We get a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. 3:03 left third quarter action. Notre Dame 37, Saxony 31. Going to be Saxony ball coming out of the timeout.
Notre Dame coming up in some full court pressure. And they get a turnover with as a result. Trapped in the corner right in front of the Notre Dame bench.
Had to get the Notre Dame crowd into the game a little bit more. They've got the ball and a 6-point lead. Crowd has picked up in the last 30 minutes or so. We're going to get a travel.
Good call. Gillum's been pretty quiet, the 5'5 junior. Scoreless on the game, been played with foul trouble.
Runner couldn't go. Here come the Lady Bulldogs. They want to push it.
Got the numbers.
Berger couldn't corral the pass, but they'll keep it. Do the Bulldogs missed a little bunny and couldn't extend this 6-point lead. Good anticipation there by Williams, and she'll be fouled on the way up.
Turner with the hard foul, but didn't allow her to get the shot off. Going to make Williams earn it from the free throw line. 14 points for the good-looking senior guard for the Lady Bulldogs, Julia Williams.
First free throw by Williams. Rattled it home. So you got girls action here. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. We also got Saxon Wrestling. Saxon's hosting a tri-meet on Wednesday.
We'll have it right here.
We'll have it right here on SPS TV on the same YouTube channel. So if you want to watch Saxon go against Dexter and Notre Dame.
What a better guy to call it than Chris Hotchkiss, former star wrestler here at Saxon and a longtime Saxon wrestling coach. Yeah, that's good that the wrestling program gets a little publicity.
As we get a turnover, and the ball goes right back to Notre Dame. So that wrestling match to be right here Wednesday evening. Then championship action on Thursday. Then, if you still want to stay with us on YouTube, you can check out the boys with their home opener Friday night.
That's going to be a good one, Chris. That's us two state-ranked teams that'll meet here
number
Friday
3
early
and number
in the
6.
season.
Yeah, 3 and a 6
I don't think
matchup.
a lot of people realize what a great matchup that will be here.
And they're going to.
And Saxony Lutheran just shooting themselves in the foot. These unforced turnovers, a couple of bad walk violations. That time it was a carry-in call. That was a point of emphasis last year. Remember that?
It was. Remember that being called numerous times as Notre Dame has the basketball and the 8-point lead. A minute and a half left in this third quarter. Foul out front on the floor. Notre Dame, the 5 seed, has led throughout this game. It's been close. Notre Dame has got it up to 10 points, but as soon as they get it up around that 8-10 point mark, Saxony will make a little run and get it back down.
Good defense there. Bruni with the steal.
See if the Crusaders can get some points out of this turnover. Got it down low to Jenkins, but she's fouled on the entry pass.
It'll be 5 on Kellum with the shove from behind, and Jenkins at 5'10". She'll post up right in that paint. Well, she's open. Good look by one of the Crusaders to get her the ball. On the floor, though, so she'll have to take it out of bounds right in front of where we're broadcasting this game.
Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay right here. Good defense by Rubel.
Inbounding that ball, you got to do a little pump. You got to keep that guy off balance. Make her think you're bringing it in, then you'll get a better look. He almost deflected that one.
3 ball up and good for Sydney Turner, the sophomore, knocking down her first 3 of the game.
First 3 for Saxony Lutheran as well.
She's got 5 points now, and the lead's down to 5 inside a minute.
How'd she dribble out of that? Triple team.
Berger couldn't get it to go. And Saxony can cut into this lead a little more. Tipped, and it'll stay right here with Saxony. Got a coach in the stands right below us. I
Yeah,
think.
he was hollering 3 seconds. There was nobody
There's
in the
nobody. I
lane.
know. I was going to say that. I'm glad you pointed it out. Elbow jumper.
Big bucket there. Need a stop here. We got us a ball game. 3-point Notre Dame lead.
3-point. Notre Dame trying to extend this lead at the end of this third quarter. Corner 3.
Oh.
Got it to go at the buzzer. What a 3.
Man, had her trapped in the corner.
And that will bring us to the end
Big bucket to close the quarter.
of the third quarter. Notre Dame leads at 42-36. Back after the 60-second break. You're watching 2018 SEMO Conference Girls Basketball on SPS TV. One quarter to go here.
Notre Dame outscored Saxony in that third quarter, 14-12.
Ball on the floor. We're going to get a tie-up, and it'll be Notre Dame's ball.
And when you're playing from behind, these missed opportunities, these trips down
Right.
the floor that you don't come up with anything like right there, forcing the ball into the defender.
Good point.
Got to come up with opportunities when they're given to you. And they get it back there on a bad turnover.
Yeah, I was going to say a bad turnover right there by the Lady Bulldogs. Gives it right back. Jackson and Cape Central at the matchup after this game. That'll be a 2-7 matchup as couldn't get the shot to go, could Wonderlick, and another tie up, so we'll just stay right here. 33 seconds into this fourth quarter, and we've already had a couple of tie-ups.
Jenkins back in the lineup.
Wonderlick from 8 got it.
Got 7 in the game. Likes that little around that paint, around that elbow jumper. Leads back to 4.
Couldn't get that baseline
Good
jumper to
rebound.
go, but an offensive putback by Bruni.
Bruni now with 9, getting active here in this fourth quarter. She'll be a big part if Saxony Lutheran going to come from behind.
4 straight points here by the Lady Crusaders have cut it down to 2, 42-40. And another tie up. It'll stay with Notre Dame. Minute and a half gone here in this fourth quarter. It's been a good one. Saxony the 4th seed, Notre Dame the 5th seed, and we'll get a travel. And another turnover by the Lady Bulldogs.
Wonderlick there. Didn't see the travel. I see her dribble into a double team with nowhere to go.
Coach Bowler didn't see the travel either, I don't think. Open 3 in a corner, in and out, no good. That would have been the first lead for Saxony had that went down. And a foul on the other end and a couple of free throws coming up.
Had a run out after that missed shot. Heiser couldn't connect. Could have been possibly a 3-point play, but missed the layup. She'll have to go get her points from the free throw line.
And Coach Sides wants to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. Notre Dame leads at 42-40. Chris Hotchkiss, Jeff Limbaugh back here at the field house. We got a good one here at the 4-5 matchup. Megan Heiser going to try to extend this Notre Dame 2-point lead with a couple of free throws. Got the first one to go. He'll get a second.
Heiser now with 11, 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Only 2 misses in the game for Notre Dame from that charity stripe.
And got them both.
Free throws win close games, especially on the girls' side.
Thought about a 3. Now she'll back it back out. Macy Smith. Rooney a drive in, gets it down low to Jenkins for the easy bucket.
You know Jenkins is going to be around that bucket if you ever break down your defender out high. Jenkins always finds that spot. He's now got 11 in the game.
And a turnover gives it right back to the Lady Crusaders. Kellum checks in for the Lady Bulldogs. Five and a half left in this game. It's been a good one. Dribbles it off her foot. Now Notre Dame looking to push the pace a little. And we get a travel.
Kellum going up against Wunderlich. Saw her, tried to go up. Wunderlich stayed on her foot, had to drag that pivot foot for the turnover. Another opportunity for Saxony Lutheran to tie this, or possibly with a 3 take their first lead.
12-foot jumper off the mark by Wunderlich.
The line drive, flat shot they call it, off the front rim.
Berger, a little floater. Couldn't get it to go down, but she gets the tie up, does Berger. It'll stay with Saxony.
Saxony went for that steal, Chris, and I thought it was going to be a 2-on-1. Luckily, they got out of that without scarred.
Wunderlich stayed with that and found Jenkins down low. You talked about her always being around the bucket.
She's there. If you break it down, look for her. We're tied at 44 at the 4:15 mark and left in this game.
That's the first time we've been tied since 10-10 in the first quarter. 3 ball, too long off the mark. And Saxony can take their first lead of the game right here. And they do on the bucket by Bruni. And Coach Bowler wants to take a timeout. 4 minutes left in the ball game. Saxony 46, Notre Dame 44. It's been a good one here, folks. Saxony leads Notre Dame by 2, their first.
Yeah, let's see how Notre Dame responds after leading the most of this game. Trailing by 2 here. Saxony in some full court pressure.
Another steal. Saxony looks to push. Bruni will slow it down now. They'll reset the offense. Side calls out the play that he wants to run. Trying to get it down low to Jenkins.
Yeah,
tipped out of
triple
bounds.
team.
I
like that, trying to get it to her, but
Right.
not on a triple team. She's been a force. She's been part of this comeback. 4 in this quarter by Jenkins. They've outscored Notre Dame 10-2. Saxony Lutheran has here midway through the fourth quarter.
Just over 3 minutes left. Saxony with the 2-point lead and the basketball. Jenkins couldn't handle
Good
that
defense.
pass.
They're collapsing. At least they recognize Jenkins a threat.
And a block on the other end by
with the
Wunderlich.
block.
Yeah.
Perfect. Stepped over. Looked like she'd done that before. Got to stay aggressive, Saxony Lutheran on this end.
And the wing three up and good for Macy Smith.
Macy's first bucket since early in that first quarter.
Her
And
first
it was a big one.
Only the second three of the game, isn't it, partner,
Right.
for Saxony?
It is.
5-point lead, just over 2
Notre Dame's
minutes
down
left.
into a bucket. This is a must-score trip for them, and that's not a very good shot.
And Jenkins high with the rebound. Saxony will really slow it down now, try to take some time off the clock.
Nobody yet in the bonus situation, though. After Williams made the bad shot, he came back and made a great defensive play.
And Coach Bowler will get a timeout. We'll take it with them. They'll have the ball trailing 49-44. Chris Hodges, Jeff Limbaugh back here with you. Glad you've been with us. It's been a good one. Been tight throughout. Saxony with the 5-point lead. That's their biggest lead of the game. They've only led for a couple of minutes during this contest. 3 ball off the mark. And we'll get a jump ball.
Tie-up. That was a quick one.
Saxony fans not happy with that. It'll stay with Notre Dame. The officials will talk it over. Not sure what they're talking about, but
Think who had the ball. I think the trail official said the possession arrow what would. Let's see who ends up with the ball. Yeah. They're going to give it back to Notre Dame. Possession arrow was right.
so the officials get it right. Inside 2 minutes here, Notre Dame with the ball trailing by 5.
Notre Dame needs a bucket.
Corner 3 by Williams. Got it to go.
Wow, a big bucket there. Her first bucket, talking about Julia Williams here in the second half from the field. 2 points, Saxony lead as the Notre Dame picks up the pressure.
And we're going to get a foul on a reach-in.
Now the next Notre Dame foul will send Saxony to the free throw line.
2-point lead in the basketball.
How about a big shot by Julia Williams
Sure
right
was.
there. They
And
needed a bucket.
Coach Sam Sides takes the timeout. We'll take it with them. 1:19 left in the game. Saxony leads by 2. Get it down to Jenkins, inside,
ball
outside. Saxony looking like they want to take some time off this clock.
Get the shot you want. A foul will send you to the free throw line.
They got it down inside a minute now. Bruni and Wunderlich playing a little pitch and catch. So skip it over.
Saxony only 3 for 7 from the free throw line. There it is. Oh, bad pass behind her.
Got the bucket and the foul. Count it.
A good catch as the pass was behind her. And still with the presence for the bucket was Macy Smith. And she stepped up big here in this fourth quarter for the Crusaders.
Late rotation right there by the Lady Bulldogs led to that bucket and the foul, and a big free throw coming up here for Macy Smith, the senior. Couldn't get it to go, but Wunderlich there with the rebound. She couldn't finish. And now we're going to get a foul against Saxony.
Can't fault Wunderlich for the shot. A lot of people are saying pull it back, take some time, but that's a shot she could hit right there in the paint.
Yeah, she was open, nobody in front of her. Just didn't get it to go down, but yeah, you're right. If she makes that, you're like, oh, great job.
4-point lead. Next foul by Saxony sends Notre Dame to the free throw line, and they've been almost perfect here tonight.
And a steal by Mueller.
He recognized that they were looking for Williams, that same play that Williams hit that three on, and she stepped in and made the nice play.
Did a good job dumping it off to Bruni, the junior leading scorer, who's going to have a front end of a 1-and-1 here.
1 for 2 from the free throw line is Emma Bruni.
Typically a pretty good free throw shooter is Bruni.
11 in the game, well off her average.
Too hard off back iron. Notre Dame still with life inside 30 seconds, trailing by 3. And another steal. And she'll get it ahead to Bruni, who will smartly bring it out and wait for the foul. That was a good job by Bruni recognizing the situation. She didn't need to go in. Take it out, let some more time come off that clock, and make them foul you. Just missed the front end of a 1-and-1. And Coach Bowler will take a timeout. We'll take it with them. Saxony leads Notre Dame 51-47. Coach Beller wanted to talk to his girls and let them know exactly what he wants to do in this situation. Each team with one timeout still left in the game. Bruni knocked the first one down. She'll get a second.
I don't think I've seen anybody shoot the ball as soon as they get it like Bruni. Well, she dribbles a little bit.
Cape Central and Jackson waiting to play after this one, and she knocked both of them down. Biggest lead of the game now for Saxony.
That's probably the nail in the coffin for Notre Dame.
Probably is. And Wunderlich gets it on the steal. Berger has her shot blocked. It'll go out of bounds. And they'll say it goes to Saxony, so they'll just have to inbounds it. And that will do it. So the number 4 seed, the Saxony Lutheran Crusaders, come back and win it by a score of 53-47. They trailed for most of this game. did the Lady Crusaders, but they stayed in it and got the victory here in the opening round. Saxony Lutheran will move on to play Dexter in semifinal action. That game scheduled for 7 p.m. tomorrow night. With the loss, Notre Dame will go onto the consolation side, and they will play in the consolation semifinals. That game scheduled for 4 o'clock against Kennett tomorrow. So Kennett lost to Dexter in the first game of the tournament here, and that's who Notre Dame will finish with tomorrow.
Big fourth quarter for the Crusaders. Outscored Notre Dame 17-5 in that fourth quarter, Chris, to win it here 53-47. Trailed at the end of 3, 42-36. So the fourth quarter belonged to the Crusaders. Let's run down their scoring. They ended up with 2 players in double digits. That was Bree Jenkins with 13 and Emma Bruni with 13. 9 for Macy Smith, 7 for Wunderlich, 5 points for Turner, and 2 points each for Spanley, Mueller, Roth, for the total of 53. So 3, 6, 8 players got in the scoring column for Saxony Lutheran, as they were only 5 for 11 from the free throw line. On the other side for Notre Dame, who led throughout this game, but bad fourth quarter, they only had 4 players end up scoring. Julia Williams led the way with 19, but 14 of them were in the first half. 13 points for Berger, 12 for Heiser, and only 3 for Rubel for Notre Dame's total of 47, as the Bulldogs were 11 for 13 from the free throw line. So a big fourth quarter for Lady Crusaders from Saxony Lutheran, and the seeding stays just as called. A 4 beats the 5 with a big fourth quarter by Saxony Lutheran.
So we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with the third game of the night. It's Jackson and Cape.